And we're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. Yeah, we're gonna let it burn, burn, burn. So I just saw yet another masterpiece from our good friends at A24 called The Killing of a Sacred Deer. This is a film that I have been wanting to see for a long time after hearing about the amazing performances and the many homages it pays to Stanley Kubrick. Let's stop wasting time and start the review. As usual, let's discuss the plot first. The plot of this film revolves around a young man who works at a hospital named Stephen Murphy, who meets a young boy named Martin, who has to get his rotting foot Oh, wrong Martin? Oh, that's right, this is actually a good story. Anyway, Martin's father was recently killed in a car wreck. So, feeling bad for him, Stephen begins to support Martin and pretty much treat him like a son, in order to help him get over the trauma he may be feeling from his father's death. However, strange things begin to happen down the road which have a very serious effect on Stephen's family. And Martin may not seem as innocent as he may let on. But is he to blame? And if so, is he the only one to blame? Now, what I like about this plot is that it's pretty straightforward if you pay close attention. However, like with a lot of A24 films, there are still some Easter eggs sprinkled in that let you come to your own conclusions as to what exactly is going on. And there is still a lot open to leave room for the theories you might come up with. I'll state one theory I have by the end of the video, but for now, I give the plot an A+. Next up, acting. And it's interesting, mostly because the characters begin to talk monotonic like Martin later on. But it kind of complements the movie rather than slow it down. I feel like I might spoil the movie if I go too far into it. So for now, the performances are great, and I give acting an A+. Final stage is directing. Like I said, this film has been compared to the works of Stanley Kubrick. And I can't say I blame the people who state that. To be honest, I'd go as far as to say this might be lot more than intense than some of his films. There were so many scenes where I was literally on the edge of my seat. Some of the scenes even made me gasp and left me in complete shock. However, despite the disturbing tones of this movie, there is also some weirdly comedic scenes in the film as well, like when Martin tells Stephen to take his shirt off so you can see the hair growing on his chest. Yes, that does actually happen in the movie. The awkwardness is pretty much what the comedy in this movie has going for it, and intentional or not, I think it complements the disturbing nature of the film rather than contradict it, because the comedy left me laughing nervously rather than cracking up in hysterics. I give directing an A+. Overall, The Killing of a Sacred Deer is a very edgy and very disturbing film with a very sinister undertone that will have you thinking even after the credits roll. I truly believe that 10 years from now, people will be discussing this film with their friends and creating fan theory videos on YouTube. Speaking of which, Martin's character speaks in a very monotone voice. Now I think it's because his father's death had such a traumatizing effect on him that it killed whatever innocence he had, causing him to become a little dead inside. And what's more sacred than childhood innocence? So maybe that's what the film's title is referring to. Maybe the sacred deer is the innocence we all have inside of us. Whatever the case may be, I strongly recommend this film and I give it an A+. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.